Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Y to the R to the M. I'm back at you with another SPY video. It's been a minute. Let's get straight to it. So this was one of my best weeks return percentage wise, trading SPY and SPX. I utilized the STRAT like I always do, but I also utilized a little bit of ICT knowledge. So if you watch my video last week, we were still technically trading in this range. We started the week on the 8th, so on Monday. So we started here, ended up having a failed two down, a failed two up, pushing two down, and then bouncing for the rest of the week to end with a strong week. Now, what I saw was that we had pushed and grabbed a little bit of liquidity, tanked down before making lows, and then pushing into a fair value gap, which is ICT knowledge, and then pushing up. So I was able to take advantage of this. I got caught one day on puts because of CPI, but after CPI data, the market kind of rallied. So I took advantage of that, especially going into Friday. So I want to show you guys some of the trades I was able to make because of the push. So I usually try and go live in Discord when I can and take advantage of it. So one of my trades during the week on the day that we were super bearish on the 8th was a 2215. So I took this off of the gap up, and I like to take trades off of gaps, especially gap ups, because the moment I see weakness, I expect the gap to get faded. And also because a gap up usually can turn to an outside bar. So I was looking for this gap, to fill, for us to go outside, or at least just to get the gap filled. You can see we opened and then closed way down here, pushed all the way down there. All the time frames line up and everything goes together. So we had a 212 on the 15 that I ended up taking. And then I saw us have a fair value gap that we needed to fill. I had a buy to open down there, and then I had a second entry down there. I ended up riding these puts all day, to be honest. You can actually see on, I think it was my ES chart, or was it actually SPY? Yeah, it was on SPY. On like a smaller time frame, I had actually been drawing my levels for a while. So I was able to take that move, boom. Then we had another gap up, and this day was really great because I was able to get both of these short entries. So I ended up getting one, let's see, off the open or a little after. Like I said, I love to take gappers. So there was the open, we pushed up aggressively. I remember this day because I was in Apple AMD. All of these started to tank around the same time. So like another good thing, if you're trading SPY, you can have like Apple, Microsoft, AMD, the top holdings up too, and watch how they're all moving because they all are going to move together. Once I saw us create this fair value gap or try and create it, I ended up shorting down here. And then I started to watch the chop. Around here, I saw we had created an order block on a smaller time frame, and I saw us once again build liquidity. Once I saw that, I knew what was happening. The market, it likes to trade sideways, build up liquidity. And then once it does that, it likes to move towards imbalance. It does it over and over, accumulate, manipulate, distribute. Once I saw us trade sideways, and then we started breaking this trend line that I had created, I knew that we had a setup that could either push and cause a V-shaped recovery if we broke through this FVG, or a hard rejection. I was already more bearish, so I was waiting. So I watched this push up into the FVG, push down, and then retrace. So this was, I drew a fib level and we were right near the 50% retracement on the swing high, swing low. Once I saw that, I was able to get in short and write this down using ICT. And then also using STRAT knowledge, because after I got in, I kind of just, watched the combos, the STRAT combos we were creating on a higher time frame to stay in the trade. So this stop was like literally like a 3-cent stop. That's the power when you see some of these patterns. And I realized we were coming back into the previous range. So this was considered a premium market, and I wanted to take it down to discount, but also to target this fair value gap. We just kept running, so I just kept holding, because for me, I'm a stratter. We want to add to winning trades, and we want to let our winners win, our winners run, as Rob would like to say. So if you look, also we had created broad information. Let me see if I still have it. Boom. So that's what gave me extra confidence, because sometimes with ICT, they struggle to get the higher bias. But with us, with the STRAT, if I've been paying attention, I could have technically got this rejection right here with the broad information. But that shows how you can combine the two systems to work very well together. So I was able to catch all of that. Now, coming into Friday, Friday was one of the best days for me. I didn't trade till midday. I didn't even look at the market. I was asleep. I'm gonna keep it real. Got up. I saw that we were just running crazy around, like 10 o'clock. Now, after we consolidated right here, whoa, what just happened? Oh, stupid magnet on. That's what happened. So after we consolidated right here, we pushed off. So the best entry technically was right here. That was a 225er, and we never came back. I was just drawing that to show somebody where they could have got in. Once you see a day like this where we're just running way past and it's midday, more than likely we're just not going to come back. So me and True, we like to call these money on the dance floor types of days. So around midday, I kind of saw this and I was like, I need to catch something. So I started trying to catch an end of the day move, just because I was like, I can't, I just can't miss out on something this easy. So every chance we got to TTR consolidate, I started drawing the levels. So you can see right here. And then once we had this big push up and this drop and we started chopping, this is where I noticed like a little potential entry. So this is the ICT power 3. So I noticed this start consolidating and we started manipulating. And then once we had this strong push, I knew, since we were in a bullish uptrend, and since this was end of day, that we were close to power hour, that we were more than likely going to have a bullish bias. Hold on really quick. Stop. I apologize, y'all. I'm over here making some chicken. Y'all want some? But anyways, once I saw us accumulate and break this level, we pushed off an imbalance. So I took my first entry, which was a 212 off the 15. I kind of took it around here because I knew we were coming into it. So like, it's kind of like Rob says, he likes to watch the last 10 minutes of like the 30 an hour to see. So technically my entry was early, but I was using ICT and I knew this break would trigger the 212.15 continuation to the upside. As we pushed off, I ended up actually seeing this flag pattern form. And once we broke, I took another ad and I was able to ride these up to this high, caught this little pullback, and then it was like right around here on this candle. I ended up getting out for a total of 110%. Now, this is where things get crazy. I was watching the rest of the day. I happened to check Twitter and I see people showing that they have later entries than me, like here or here to here, and they hit 400% on SPX, and that made my blood boil because I'm competitive, and like I can't have people who don't even know the strat outdoing me. So I was like, I'm gonna go back again. So I saw end of day, I saw the 4280 calls for SPX, which was a target because it was his previous high. I also had a target on SPY of about like 427 or 420, almost 428. A stretch target. It was an ATR target. So what I did, I watched the last 15 form, and as we're forming, we were still like inside. So I watched that. Then I went down to the 5. I had both charts up. On the 5, I could see we were still at an indecision level. So I'm holding the 15. and I'm watching it go up and down till the last, literally this was the last 5 minutes. It was like the last 5 to 10 minutes of the day. The moment this 5 closed, this one dipped a little and I saw us pushing up, I immediately entered calls because I was like, this is on the opposite, it's just a 2-up continuation for the 15. So this was, not gonna lie, a little risky, but I was prepared to instantly cut them. So I entered my 4280 calls. I also had some 4290 calls I got earlier on. They had got cooked by theta. But me just catching this little move and on the one, because I was using the one as well, I was able to get like, it was like 2 or 3 bars. So yeah, it was this. It was a 5, the 15, and the 1 is how I had it. So we had a 2-1-2. And the moment this one started forming, I bought in and I wrote it up for these few candles. I remember because I was like sitting there on like one of the last candles of the day. It was like around 58 that I think I sold them. And just from that, in this last 5, like I said, we pushed up and then we pushed down, and my contracts went down a little. Then on that final push, I sold them. I was able to get 625%. So that shows you SPX contracts can go berserk, like they defy logic at times. But the drawdown is extreme. Those contracts I were able to get at 0.10, I was able to sell them all for 0.60 for the lot. So you have to be careful because those can turn against you very fast. But you know, end of the day, on 0 days, they definitely can pay. So that was me, you know, combining strat, like I said, using what I know about the strat, broad informations, full time frame continuity, TTOs, very obvious TTOs, and actionable signals, and of course, broad informations, which give me larger magnitude with my knowledge of ICT, understanding small levels, accumulation, and understanding where manipulation tends to happen and where market makers are going to try and stop people out to push off to a strong move. So that was my entire day on Friday with the strat. Thank you for tuning in. Please, you know, stay tuned. I got plenty more videos. I'm gonna be having a lot more basic tutorials and stuff like that. And thanks for watching. Peace.